Are you sick of looking at Netflix and you don't know what to watch?
So many movies out there, you don't know which ones are good, which ones were bad.
You curious about what's out there?
I'm Joey Powers.
I'm Don Tretler.
This is The Best Pictures.
The ones you don't want to miss.
Hit it.
Say hello to my little friend.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Winners go home and prom queen.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I don't deserve this. Deserves got nothing to do with it. No sequel for you.
I'm not going to get back there.
Hi, I'm Joey Powers, and this is another edition of The Best Pictures.
Hi, I'm Don Tretler. Welcome to the show.
Sorry, we were kind of talking when the show started, so it caught us a little off guard. Don and I had a little field trip a couple of weeks ago. Went down to Keene with Don's son Jake and saw Joker.
The Joker, right.
And I don't know, I'll let you start off. What did you think?
Well, it had a lot of high expectations, right? I mean, there was a lot of talk about it, a lot of hype about this movie. It broke records, right? Attendance records, or what do they call it? Box office records. So it was kind of a big thing. We wanted to see it before everybody else saw it and told us about it.
Exactly.
I mean, Colin was biting his tongue trying not to tell us all about it, you know? So, I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good movie. I thought it was pretty well done.
I did too. I just, like I said before, my expectations were just so high that no matter what, I knew I was not going to like it as much as I wanted to. Having said that, Joaquin Phoenix is one of my favorite actors of all time, and he absolutely nails it.
He does.
You know, I mean, 100%. Whether he's better than Heath Ledger or not, there are two different characters. You know, you can't compare the two.
Right.
It's like picking your favorite kid, I guess. You know, it's like you can't go wrong with either one of them. You know, absolutely. Which is going to lead us into our conversation. But I don't know. I personally, I didn't think it was as violent as people let it out to be. I mean, there were really the two scenes, and that was really it.
No, somebody described the end of the movie as a bloodbath, and I didn't really see it that way.
No, not at all.
So, what did you think? What did you think about? I mean, because we're movie guys, and this is a movie show, and this movie had parallels to the Martin Scorsese movies, to Taxi Driver,
Right.
to King of Comedy. I'm trying to think if there's a third one that it had kind of a parallel to. But at least those two.
Right.
Even to the point, and you picked it up, where he has the mannerism where he goes...
Right. From Taxi Driver, Travis Bickle's character. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it was mentioned when it initially came out that there were similarities to stuff that Scorsese had done in the early to mid 70s, early 80s. And yeah, I mean, the King of Comedy definitely towards the end of the movie, you know, when he's on the stage and stuff, you totally picked that up, especially with the De Niro, you know, being the two characters in the two films.
Why do you think he did that? What point was he trying to make with that?
I don't know, because this is Todd Phillips we're talking about.
Right.
Who did Road Trip, Wedding Crashers. I mean, this guy's not known for doing anything even completely close to this. This is like a complete 180 for him. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he got nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
For director, and I think he co-wrote it too. So I could see many Oscar nominations coming for this film.
Yeah. Well, what about, it also had, not only did it have the film parallels, but it had real life parallels to John Wayne Gacy, right?
Right.
Who, if you remember, I mean, the famous picture of him dressed up as a clown. And then one of the big plot points on this movie is that the Joker gets hassled by some guys, and he kills them on the subway.
Right.
And there was a famous case. I don't know if you remember. Well, I'm an old man, so I remember these things. But there was a famous case. This guy's name was Bernard Getz, and he shot somebody. Somebody had hassled him on the subway, and he pulled out a gun and he shot him, and he claimed self-defense. And I think he got off on the whole thing. But I think that was purposely put in there.
Right, to referencing something that happened in the past.
Right.
I didn't know that. I had no idea about that story.
So it's kind of an. I mean, it is. It's an interesting movie, and one of the things I said when we finished, I said it's a good enough movie that we're talking about it.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it's
Yes.
definitely it opens some
Absolutely.
debate, and the end. I think the end of the movie is kind
Exactly.
of open to some debate.
It
which
is.
I don't know how much we want to get into it. Spoiler alert, because it hasn't played in Bells Falls yet.
Right. Yeah.
And if you guys are watching in Bells Falls and waiting for it to come, we don't want to ruin it for you.
No.
But
But it definitely, when it comes to BF, go see it. It's definitely a good movie. But it also got us talking about another topic, because Joaquin Phoenix, as we're about to get into, to me is one of, if not the best living actor that does not have an Oscar. I mean, he's been nominated for 3 Academy Awards. And
now, what do you know? What he was off the top? No, he was probably nominated.
He was nominated for Walk the Line for Best Actor.
yeah.
The Master for Best Actor.
Gladiator.
No,
not?
he wasn't nominated for Gladiator. He's nominated. I think he was nominated for Her for Best Actor.
Her. Okay.
She's been nominated 3 times. I mean, I don't know why I'm guessing here when I have this, but he's never won, and it got me thinking after that movie, because he's got to be the favorite
Yeah.
right now. I mean, I know that the Ford versus Ferrari is going to be a very big movie. You know, you got Christian Bale and Matt Damon, 2 heavy hitters. Another one's coming out, I want to say the first weekend of November. I don't remember what it is, but that's another big one. But I think right now, with the movies that have come out, you know, because it's not really Oscar season yet. They generally don't
Right.
typically start Oscar season until like the end of October, early November, you know, because they want to give you the push towards that kind of, you know, because that's when award season starts. So it's the freshest thing on your mind. But to me, he's got to be the favorite.
How shocked would you be if he didn't win? If somebody else were able to beat him out?
I guess part of that also would be I haven't seen what else is out there yet. But I mean, I don't know. I would be pretty shocked, I think, because of his track record, because he's been there before. And I mean, I thought he should have won for Walk the Line. I think
Playing Johnny Cash, yeah.
Yeah, I think he should have won for Gladiator in a performance he wasn't even nominated for. You know, and that was Benicio del Toro for Traffic, which I thought was a good performance. But I thought Joaquin Phoenix was better in Gladiator.
Right. Well, who beat him out for Walk the Line? Who won that year?
I want to say it was Philip Seymour Hoffman for Capote.
Oh.
But
That's a good one. I mean,
I also
you
want
gotta
to say that was also Heath Ledger's year for Brokeback Mountain. So, I mean, it was a pretty competitive category that year.
I mean, those guys were
you
fine
know
in
what?
Brokeback Mountain, but I mean, Philip Seymour Hoffman playing Truman Capote, that's pretty spectacular, I think.
I am wrong.
He's one of my favorite actors.
He was nominated for Supporting Actor for Gladiator.
Oh,
I didn't think he was. So it was The Master, Walk the Line, Gladiator. Golden Globes, man, he's been nominated for a lot. Inherent Vice, Her, The Master, Walk the Line, Gladiator. So, I mean, there's a lot of very, very good performances. I mean, he's one of those actors that almost feels like he's a choosy actor. He's not just going to be in a movie for the paycheck. He's going to do it because he wants that performance.
yeah.
And so, yeah, that's what made me think of, you know, who are the best actors that are still alive today that don't have Oscars. And he was the first one that came in mind. I see
He's
you
one of
have a
them.
big list.
I made a big list, yeah.
So why don't you go ahead with one of yours?
Well, let me pick one of my favorite actors, Edward Norton.
Yep,
Edward
I
Norton,
have-
who hasn't done a whole lot recently, but he's got a movie coming up that he directed.
Brooklyn Motherhood, something like that.
Yeah,
I don't
know.
remember.
Now we can't remember what it's called.
Well, I'm gonna look it up.
Motherless Brooklyn.
Motherless Brooklyn.
And who else is he? He's got somebody starring with him. Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. Yep. Alec Baldwin and Willem Dafoe.
Oh, that should. There's another one
Exactly.
right there. He was
exactly.
on my list.
There's a good cast right there. That's a movie that you want to see just based on the cast. It doesn't matter what it's about.
Right.
You know, because it's just like those are like.
I think Edward Norton. You know, I'm trying to think of some of my favorite Edward Nortons. I think one of the films that I liked him the best in, and I liked this film, but it really didn't get a lot of press, was Stone. It was
I still
Robert
haven't
De Niro.
seen it. You've told me about it many times. I
Yeah.
still haven't seen it. I think I own it and I still haven't seen it.
It was three. It was De Niro, it was Edward Norton, and it was
Is it Mia Djokovic?
Mila Djokovic.
Yeah.
And I think she was the best of the three.
Really?
Yeah.
That's saying
and
a
I'm
lot.
not
Because
I'm not a huge fan of hers by any means or anything. So I didn't go into I go into this to watch the other two guys.
Right, and then she
I
ends
thought
up-
she was She was the one that was the best of the three. So she really rose to the occasion.
Two to me that stick to my come to mind when I first think of Ed Norton is Primal Fear. The end of that movie.
Oh, I didn't see it. That's the one with Richard Gere that made him made him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. So
You
don't
should,
tell
you, you should definitely see that.
I
I
gotta
won't
see
tell
it.
you
I
because
gotta
that's
see
yeah. And American History X.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think everybody's gonna say American History X. You know, the scene where he stomps the guy, and you know, but I mean, he was nominated for Best Actor for that. That was a
As
really
he
good
should have
movie.
been.
It was a really good movie.
Right.
And like the whole scene with him and Elliot Gould at the table. I mean, it's one of the most powerful scenes you see in a movie. It's like he is 100% racist and he's not afraid to talk about it. And then he rips off his shirt and he's like, you know what that means? Not welcome. You know, it's like, wow. I mean, it's a really good movie though.
It is.
I mean, it's a really good movie. It's a very obviously dark and disturbing movie, but it's a really good movie and he absolutely kills it in that movie.
I think he's good in some of the big name movies too. I think the one that he did with Matt Damon, it's called Rounders.
Oh, that's a really good movie. Yeah,
Right? I think you lent it to
yeah.
me.
No, that is a really good movie.
And I got to say, I really enjoyed it. Now, it wasn't...
Is his name Weasel? It's something like that. It's something like Snake or Weasel or something, and that's exactly what he is, and he nails it.
It's not like a super stretch of a performance, but he rises to the occasion.
No, he
of
does.
Being
A dirtbag.
Yeah, he was just
You know?
great.
He has no problem screwing his friend over for any cost. You know, it's like he just wants to run. Matt Damon's character is like, nope, I'm gonna sit it out.
I feel like he can play anything.
He can.
And I look forward to his performances, just as I did with, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
All right, so he's been nominated for 3 Oscars. I will say, I know for a fact he was nominated for Best Actor for American History X. I'm pretty sure he was nominated for Supporting Actor for Primal Fear.
Probably.
What do you think of the third?
The third one. Man, I got to think. What was he in that I thought he was really great in? You got
Oh,
me.
wow. I wouldn't even
It's
thought of
more
it. It's a
than
movie you didn't even like.
Oh, what's that? Smoochie?
That was terrible. I forgot about that. No, Birdman.
Oh, Birdman.
He was nominated for Supporting Actor for
I
Birdman.
didn't think he did that much in Birdman. I didn't really like them. Unbelievable. I just didn't like that movie.
I haven't seen it based on how much you disliked it.
I can't even imagine you would like it.
I
to be
know,
honest
exactly.
with
I'm
you.
not even going to bother wasting my time. I'd rather rewatch a movie I liked than waste my time watching something that
I watched another movie that I know you hadn't seen, and I thought to myself, oh, he wouldn't like this movie. Phantom Thread.
No?
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Did you not like it? Daniel Day-Lewis?
Oh, I liked it. I liked it.
But I won't.
I think it's too slow moving for you. I think you'll
Probably.
be like, oh, what am I watching
Yeah,
this
you're
for?
probably right.
It's about a dressmaker.
I knew that, and it's Daniel Day-Lewis's last movie.
Right. And it's not jam-packed with action, and I don't think there's any blood in the movie.
So it's definitely not for me.
I don't even know about any... It's probably going to be like a PG movie. There's like no cursing in this
There's
movie.
like nothing appealing
There's
to me
no
whatsoever.
sex in this movie, really. I mean, there's like allusions to it, but there's no like, bumping and grinding or anything. It's
Colin, Don just judged me on the air.
I don't know, man.
All right, well,
Pick one of yours.
well, a movie I just let you borrow. Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson, yeah.
Another one that's been nominated for 3 times. Zombieland 2 came out. Colin's giving us a thumbs up. He likes Woody Harrelson. He's a very good actor. I was actually surprised last time we had a show when you said that you hadn't seen Zombieland. Because it's like
I've started to watch it a few times.
it's a cult classic. And I mean, I think we talked about it. Anything with Woody Harrelson in, I'll watch. Regardless.
And there's a sequel to it coming up, too.
It just came out this past weekend. So, yeah. But he's another one. He's been nominated for 3 Oscars. Actually, funny segue, because a movie he was nominated for Best Actor for was The People vs. Larry Flint. And Edward Norton plays his lawyer in the movie. But he was nominated for that. I know he's nominated for Supporting Actor for The Messenger and for 3 Billboards.
3 Billboards, yeah.
Oh,
he
which-
was real good in 3 Billboards.
He just wasn't in it very much.
No.
He dies pretty. Sorry.
Spoiler alert.
Anyone hasn't seen it? He doesn't. He doesn't
What was
last.
the other one? The Messenger?
The Messenger. Yeah, it's him and.
The Messenger. I don't know this movie. I got to put this on my list. I'm putting it on my... Do you people out there have a list? Do you have a list of movies that you haven't seen? You should make a list. You could get a little booklet and keep it by the TV when you're watching our show because I'm doing it.
Yeah, no, we write stuff down all
What's
the
the
time.
Messenger about? What is that?
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
Give me 1 second. I forget the guy's name. His last name is Gordon. But it's
Pretty
him,
neat.
the messenger, right here. It's I'll read you the description actually in a second here. All right, so it is 2009. It's Ben Foster, Samantha Morton, Woody Harrelson. An American officer struggles with an ethical dilemma when he becomes involved with a widow of a fallen officer.
oh wow.
That sounds like a good movie. 7.1.
7.1. Totally watchable.
Worth it. Yeah.
And
I'm putting that on my list.
I've been starting to become a fan of Ben Foster now. Starting to become like a Ben Foster fan here. He's if you people don't know who he is, start paying attention.
Did you see Alpha Dog?
No,
He's in that. That's actually a really good movie.
is it? I
Yeah.
got it at home. I'm gonna have to watch
You
it.
should. Did I let you borrow it?
No, somebody else lent me a bag of movies, and I think Alpha Dog is in it. And
It's worth watching. He's one of the main characters. It's like him, Emile Hirsch, Bruce Willis, Justin Timberlake. There's a bunch of famous people in it. Justin Timberlake actually is pretty good in it. I was kind of surprised.
I gotta think fast. What's the one he did with Chris Pine and Jeff Bridges? I can't think of what the name of it is.
Ben Foster? Is that a cowboy movie?
Yeah, kind of. They're
I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking
Ben
about.
Foster and Chris Pine rob a bank, and Jeff Bridges is kind of
It's like goes
on their
after him,
tail.
right? Yeah.
I can't remember what the name of it is. Our library has it though. You know what our library doesn't have is Whiplash because somebody took it.
Does it have Zodiac?
It does not have Zodiac.
Still does not have Zodiac.
Unless I donate your copy of Zodiac.
Which
to
you
that.
can if you'd like.
I may watch Zodiac again before somebody takes it. Don't take the movies from the library, people. That's not cool.
Is it Hell or High Water?
Hell or High Water. That's the movie I was trying to put my hand. And ever since then, I've kind of been watching Ben Foster, and he just did one about taking his little girl out into the woods, like a survivalist movie. No, I can't think what it's called. It was within the last year. It's about a year-old movie. Got some really nice reviews.
Leave No Trace?
Leave No Trace.
Was a good
Ben
guess.
Foster, man.
No, he's a good actor. He's definitely a very good actor.
Keep your eyes open for him. So, all right. So you just picked.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson, and
Woody
we
Harrelson.
completely got sidetracked.
Sorry.
But like, White Man Can't Jump, Money Train, you know, I don't know. I just every Natural Born Killers.
I was just going to say that one. Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's a very underrated movie, very disturbing movie, I would say, but a very good movie.
Yeah.
Good cast. Him, Juliette Lewis, Tom Sizemore, Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones, I thought was terrible on that though.
Was he?
I thought he was like the warden in the prison that they end up going to. Oh, Robert Downey Jr. too.
Yeah. It's a good film.
It is a very good film.
There's a segue right there. Robert Downey Jr. Here's a guy. He hasn't won. He's been nominated. I know he has.
Have you watched Less Than Zero yet?
No,
I'll let you borrow that though, right?
you did. It's at my house.
That might be his best movie. Not just his best performance. That might be his best movie. It's a really, really good movie. I mean, aside from Weird Science, but I'm just kidding. No, it's a really good movie, and it's him, Andrew McCarthy, and Jamie Gertz. Is that her name?
Sounds right.
And then not Eric Stoltz, the other redhead. You know,
James Spader.
James Spader, yeah. You know, I mean, they're like kids in the movie. You know, I think it's like 1988, 1989, and it's a dark movie, but it's a really good movie. I bet that gets pretty high
I'll have to watch that one. soon.
on this list.
I've always wanted to see that movie, and now I got involved in one of these television series, and now I've.
Well, what did you think? I know it's not movies, but what did you think about True Detective season 2?
I didn't think it was as strong as the first season, though.
No.
I gotta say, I was into it, and I enjoyed it, but I don't think it was as strong. I think the story was a little convoluted. I didn't understand why they felt like they had to go through all these things. I don't understand the shots. I don't know how recently you've seen it.
I haven't seen
was
it in a
like
while.
constant, like, bird's eye view of the city of Los Angeles all the time, and I'm thinking, what point is this guy trying to make?
Yeah,
With
I
all
haven't
these
seen it in
bird's
a
eye
long
views.
time.
But Colin Farrell, I mean, he's good. He creates a character that's compelling. All four of the
Of the
leads.
leads, right.
Vince Vaughn, like you said, he was very compelling. Taylor Kitsch, and
Yeah, Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams, who
Yeah.
was normal. The only thing I would say about it, I mean, she did such a great job, but she's almost too pretty to play a cop like
Yeah.
that. But, and you almost would say she's not believable, but she was such a good actress that she was believable. But I kept thinking, wow, this is like,
Well, it's kind of
it's
surprising.
too much. She's like too,
Because you don't see her in that type of role.
no.
You know, I just watched the other day Wedding Crashers. You know, I'm used to seeing her in movies like that. You know, I haven't seen The Notebook, but that's like a kind of movie she would be in. Or the one where she's like a TV anchor with Harrison Ford. I haven't seen that, but those seem to be the type of roles. Not really overly like dramatic and serious, but serious enough. Or like, you know, romantic comedies. You know, I've never really seen her in anything like that, and no, I thought she was really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a put down because I think she did a terrific job.
Right.
It's just that it's almost like a plot point too, where you know there are people that give her attention, and it's almost like she really would. Of course, she's going to draw a lot of attention with her looks, the way she
Right.
looks. So anyway, so
I do want to throw one out here. I know we're getting short on time, but I'll let you read it off. I was just gonna see if I could catch you off guard with that one.
Steven Seagal. What was his best performance?
I don't know. Under Siege, maybe.
Under Siege. That's probably it.
It's tough. I mean,
Somebody should tap him for something. I mean, as like in like a supporting role, and grab him up, like put him in a comedy or something. Do something ridiculous with Steven Seagal.
I think he's like I think he has a TV show where he's like a cop somewhere. Like he's really a cop now.
I don't think he could. You could even have fun with him because I think he just takes himself too seriously.
Yeah.
He's such a ding dong.
I did have Edward Norton on here though. What about Don Cheadle, real quick?
Don Cheadle.
That's a good actor.
Yeah, I've really had an appreciation for him.
You know, Crash. He was great in Traffic. Have you seen Out of Sight?
Out of sight. Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think he's great in all those movies. I think he was
Oh,
nominated
definitely.
for Hotel Rwanda for Best Actor.
He's a terrific actor. He
Like, he
did
is.
Devil in a Blue Dress with Denzel Washington.
Well,
He
he
was in,
plays what's his face in the Iron Man movies and the Avengers movies after
right.
Terrence Howard got fired. War Machine.
War
Yes.
Machine. Yeah.
I guess we can hear you, but you can't hear us.
He was in Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights. Yep, another. No, that's a good movie though.
It
I
is.
mean, that really is a good movie. You know, I mean, it's got a funny title. It's
I mean, now his name. I mean, you attach his name to a movie, it gives it instant credibility
absolutely
because he's that good.
yeah. And I know we're running short on time. I just had to mention Kurt Russell though.
Kurt Russell.
How does he not? He's never even been nominated for an Oscar.
Oh, he's got it.
How has he
something.
never been nominated for an Oscar? When I was making this list, I was like typing all this stuff in, and I was like, he's never been nominated? Not even nominated? You can't give him a nomination for freaking playing Wyatt Earp. Come on, just throw him a
Yeah,
bone.
he was
You know,
good.
something.
That's become like a cult favorite.
I love Tombstone. You know, him and freaking Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday. I thought they fed off each other so well.
Yeah.
I mean, and the brothers. You got the guy that died recently, and
Oh, Bill Paxton,
Bill Paxton, and is Sam Elliott the other one?
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, I mean that's a really good cast, and that's
And,
a really good movie.
What's his name? Stephen Lang.
Yep.
He plays one of the bad guys.
Michael Biehn.
Michael Bean.
What's the other guy's name?
I can't think.
I can't think of his name, but
I just was watching some of this. That is a movie.
oh, Powers Booth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every time that movie comes on.
It's like you can't change the channel.
Right.
You can't. It's like I own it. I've seen it 20 times, you know, but it's like I don't care. I'm just going to watch it because it's such a compelling movie.
And you definitely like that one better than Wyatt Earp.
I thought Val Kilmer killed Dennis Quaid as
Yeah.
Doc Holliday. Like after I saw I don't know, maybe it's because I saw Tombstone first, but after I saw it and I saw Wyatt Earp, I thought Dennis Quaid was terrible as Doc Holliday personally.
Really?
And I think he's a good actor. I think he should be on
I
this
think
list.
they're both good, but something about Tombstone
Yeah.
it rises above.
I think it's because I saw it first. I just like, and it's shorter. I mean, Wyatt Earp
Yeah.
is such a long movie. We're gonna have to do this again because
We're going to have to, because I know my list has people on it too.
There are
Big name people.
Yeah, way too many.
Some smaller name people that we think should have been put on it. I'm not even going to mention another name.
Exactly.
We could do a whole nother half an hour with this.
We will. I think we will.
We're going to return to the subject, people.
So this was our episode of the Best Pictures this week. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
I'm Don Tretler, and these are the ones you don't want to miss.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Here's Johnny. Go ahead. Make my day.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.